Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is a day of firsts for me. So I'm currently in Kent running beaver workshops in the evenings, but this morning I've taken a few hours to visit a nature reserve that I've heard a lot about but have never had the chance to come to, and that is Elmley Nature Reserve. But that's not the only thing. I've also received my brand new toy, the OM System 150 to 400, and I am very excited to start using it. Today's my first ever time out with it, so we'll see how we get on. Once we get allowed in, I'm currently in a queue waiting to get in. It officially opens at 9. We'll see what we get. And away we go. So, I've been told, take your time on this first drive. It's about a 2-mile drive down to the car park. We're allowed to stop wherever we want on the track. I've already seen a Marsh Harrier flying over. It's apparently a lot of ground nesting birds. We've got to be extra careful, but yeah, I'm excited. Well, that was nice. We are 2 minutes into the drive. Just got a lovely flyover from a Marsh Harrier, so it's very cloudy today. Well, this morning anyway. So managed to get some nice high key shots of the Marsh Harrier flying over. Lovely. So the plan really is just whenever I see something, stop, photograph. Then also sometimes even if I don't see anything, just stop for a minute and see if there's anything around worth photographing. It's pretty ideal being able to use your car as a hide, because the birds don't seem fussed one bit. Obviously, means you can't get down to ground level, but if the birds are not incredibly close to the car, you can sort of simulate a nice angle for photography. And also, if they're flying around, you don't want to be down on the floor anyway. We've had little egret so far. Marsh Harrier, I mean, I'm literally probably 400 metres into this 2-mile drive. So at the moment we've got the sun coming from the left of me. There's some lapwing fly in front. Jesus, they're hard. There we go. Oh, beautiful birds. Where was I? Yeah, we've got the sun coming from the left, or at least the light coming from the left. There's not a great deal of sun. So in an ideal world, I want to be photographing things on this side, but we're making it work on this side by sort of overexposing a little bit for that high key effect. Oh, it's nice having a zoom. It is nice having a zoom with an F4.5 aperture. Oh, we just had a lovely fly-in of what I think is a shell duck. I need to swap on my ducks. But yeah, nice, quick flying in. The lens was very quick to focus on it, so good stuff so far. Good stuff so far. There is a bit of wind in the air today, so the birds are either going to be flying very fast with the wind or a lot slower flying into the wind. And that's when we want to get them in flight. Make life a little bit easier. Hello. Just had a sandpiper right next to me having a drink. Oh, there's a lot of bird life here. I think we've just had yellow wagtails. They may be just very yellow looking great wagtails, but stunning birds nonetheless. It's been a bit of a learning curve. Well, I mean, I'm only 20 minutes into using this lens. It's getting used to using a zoom again, because my normal shooter has been a 300mm prime lens. I sort of forget that I've got the ability to zoom in and out. And also I'm having a little bit of difficulty. I'm having to relearn exactly where the bird is going to be in the frame when I bring the camera up to my eye. But yeah, teething problems. I'm sure I'll be used to it by the end of this morning. Well, we are going at a very slow pace. I reckon this 2-mile drive is probably going to take an hour and a half. Sorry, I'm not giving the camera much eye contact, but that's just because I'm constantly looking around. Well, what I said earlier about the wind and the fact that if they're flying into it, they'll be much slower is paying dividends. I've got a Marsh Harrier quartering a field to the right of me here. Oh, and I think I got some, I'm just going to swear then, I think I got some bloody wonderful photos. And it's got an urban background as well, with like factories and stuff, which I actually really like. Yeah, that was very nice. It's just flying off now. I even got to try out the built-in teleconverter as well, so I'll be intrigued to see what the results are there. What a lovely morning. Oh, there's also some lapwing flying around. Let's see if we can get them. I imagine most of these ground nesting birds, like the oyster catchers, the lapwings, the sandpipers that you can probably hear, are probably just in a constant state of stress, because this place is crawling with Marsh Harriers. Also had buzzards here. Yeah, did see a hobby fly over as well. Of course, they wouldn't go for the ground nesting birds, but lovely to see. Well, that was lovely. Just had another Marsh Harrier flyby. This time it came pretty damn close, and I had my 1.25 extender flicked on the lens, and I was fully zoomed in, so that will be equivalent, well, that will be a 500mm focal length, equivalent full frame of 1000mm. The sun seemed to come out at just the right time there as well, so I'm very intrigued to see how those photos came out, what the sharpness looks like. We've not had a great deal of sun today, so heat haze shouldn't be a problem at this moment. So fingers crossed. That is the one thing. You can have as much focal length as you want. If there is atmospheric distortion or, well, heat haze, all your photos are going to be blurry no matter what. So I'm hoping that everything aligned there. I've just got some goldfinch feeding on thistle, which is nice. If they want to go to the top, that would be lovely. I've got some video. Also quite a good spot here because the sides are raised, so I'm almost at eye level with all of these sandpipers that are flittering about here, which is very nice. Oh, lapwing. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, because that's the problem with shooting from a car normally, because you're always shooting down. But yeah, at the moment I'm at a raised part. Well, rather, the sides are raised, so I'm shooting at eye level. wonderful. Well, this place is also home to a lot of brown hares, and I've just seen my first one, which is very nice, because I've seen a distinct lack of brown hares this year, so it's nice to get a bit of a hair fix, which coincidentally is also what I need on my head. The colorations of lapwing feathers are absolutely beautiful. When the sun hits it, like I just had the sun hitting a lapwing just then, just so many different colours. Beautiful, beautiful birds, a bit like starlings, that they look a little bit plain upon first viewing, and then, yeah, when the light's out, gorgeous birds. Apologies, the B-roll in this video is not going to be the most interesting, simply because I'm driving at about 2 miles an hour, so that's all you're getting. Footage from my car at 2 miles an hour. But it is necessary so that you can, especially because there's just me in the car, I need to do everything: drive, scout, photograph. So the slower you go, the more you see. We are just coming to the end of this 2 mile drive. It is now 10:30, so it's taken me just over an hour and a half to do a 2 mile drive. It's not bad going. Now I'm meeting up with my friends that are behind me in the car. I think we'll probably have a coffee and then go for a wander. I've heard things about the old school, which are some ruins here, and there's quite often a resident little owl, so ask what my vote is going to be to go and search for, but we'll see. As I say, this is brand new to me, so I'm open to anything. So we are, as you can see, out of the vehicle, and as I said earlier, we have decided to walk towards what I believe is called the old school, and I can hear cuckoos cuckooing all around. Not seen one yet though. So it turns out the little owl is already out, sleeping away amongst the bricks, right in there. I'll show you a few photos. Oh, so whilst I'm thinking about it, a few things about the reserve. You must pre-book your tickets online before arriving. You can't just turn up and get a ticket. That's just so they can manage numbers of people within the reserve. And there isn't a cafe or anything here, so if you're planning on spending the day here, bring all your own drinks, all your own food, and then you can just spend the whole day enjoying this stunning, stunning place. Right, well, I'm hoping you can hear me over all of this wind. It's got very windy. I'm having to hot-foot it back to the car because I've completely lost track of time chatting with my two buddies down there. But unbelievably, I just walked about 300-400 metres from where we saw the little owl down to a reed bed, got photos of bearded tits or bearded reedlings, which I was not expecting at all, because it's not necessarily a great time of year to photograph them. It's also incredibly windy, and usually that just means no chance. But I think I got some pretty nice shots, so I'm absolutely buzzing. Elmley has been a huge success. We even had a bittern fly over, although didn't get any photos. It was only for about a second and then it went back in. But yeah, very happy. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I'm walking quite quickly. I'm going to get back to the car, then I'll probably do some more chatting about my first impressions of the big white lens. I'll chat to you shortly. So I'm inside and I've got 5 minutes quickly to finish this video before I've got to jet off again. I thought I would just go through my first impressions of using this lens this morning. First things first, I mean, I absolutely love it. It's deceivingly light, and I think it's because it's very well balanced. I really like that I can handhold it very comfortably, like walking using the lens foot. That is very nice because I tend to handhold everything, usually without a strap, which might be stupid. I need to get used to having a zoom lens, because there's a lot of times I was forgetting, because I've come from the 300mm F4 Pro to this, so that will be a learning curve. I also really enjoy having the extender built in. I'm intrigued to see how the photos turn out with the extender on, because having 1000mm of a full frame equivalent focal length is pretty mad. I think it's fairly obvious I'm going to need to buy a lens cover, because in the bright sunshine outside, this was reflecting a lot of light. So yeah, my next purchase is going to have to be a lens cover. But yeah, I've not had a look through any of the photos yet, so hopefully they're up to scratch. Yeah, there'll be much more on this lens coming up on this channel, I'm sure. That was also my first visit to Elmley, a bit of a whistle-stop tour. I was there for about 3.5 hours. But again, also something I imagine I'll be visiting again, and I'll be doing a video again there. So yes, for this video, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.